I actually was listening to, like I was saying, I was listening to a lot of rock, um, just because that was what was in my community. When I was young, I was listening to like Motown. We were always listening to Motown growing up. Um, and then I got into like listening to listening to punk rock because that was my community. And then I got to a point where I found the Frank album by Amy Winehouse, and I fell in love with it, and I connected to it so deeply, and I started to realize like, oh, my voice really caters to this genre. So then I started to research more of that genre, like Lauryn Hill, Erica Badu, Jill Scott. I think there's someone else. Sade, love Sade. Um, and I kind of just started to be like, I feel this. It's not done as often, especially like right now, neo soul is starting to become like a thing again. But for a long time, it was like it happened, and then those artists stopped making music, and then it kind of just like died out, and it went into like a whole R&B realm. Um, and now it's coming back where neo soul is like this different thing. And I think that people are almost thirsty for neo soul. It's because of how much the radio feeds us EDM to like a point where it's like exhausting. That people are like, I just want something that's real again. I want something that vibes with me, that I can feel on like a personal level, which I feel like neo soul does. I definitely started as like a singer songwriter more type, like just guitar and my voice, acoustic sounds, and I just find that with knowing that my sound was urban and knowing that I wasn't R&B, neo soul kind of just spoke to me very very naturally. Um, yeah.
My apologies. I completely forgot you mentioned Paramore earlier.
Yeah.
So I may ask the same thing twice in a way. But where do you see yourself in the next few years? Let's say like the next five. Of course, I'm sure you're going to keep pushing the music. It's going to be more visual, so it's only going to
Yeah.
grow.
Yes.
But where do you see yourself through your eyes?
I'm. Um, well, I hope to grow. I hope to grow. I hope to make more visuals. I hope to make more music. I hope to get better at music. I hope to hone even more into an aesthetic, hone even more into a sound. That's something that I can say is really all originally mine. Um, it is my aspiration to innovate music, to innovate fashion. Um, but at the same time, I'm very open to where life is going to take me. I have a lot of faith in my ability to manifest, um, and my ability to know the energy of a situation, to work with that energy, and to go the direction I feel like the universe is taking me. So I have like a an idea of what I'm gonna do in the present, but as far as my next step, I'm good at my next step. But as far as saying like concretely, this is where I'm gonna be, I just don't think that that's realistic, because they say like if you want to hear God laugh, tell him what your plans are, things like that. I just don't want to be ignorant in that way, where I'm just like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, because like there's no way I could know exactly what I'm gonna do. I have no way of predicting the future. I know what I'm gonna do next. I know what the next step I'm gonna make, and I feel like being in the present is where I'm at right now, just making the next step.
That's right. It's like you say, the moves you're doing right now are shaping the future. And
Mm-hmm.
like one thing I've realized, it never goes exactly how you plan it. Anyway.
Exactly.
It'll be close to it, maybe similar, but it's
Mm-hmm.
never. I'm gonna just walk through this door and that's exactly how it
Yeah.
happened. But like say, a lot of people, when you already stepping out, working on your craft, you're getting a different experience. Like you say, you got people that want to do something but they don't even, talk about it, or it's a whole different vibe. So
Mm-hmm.
you're getting to experience something different, experience it firsthand. One of the other things I forgot to ask, being that your brother did do the TV show, how did that inspire you? Because that's a big deal. When you meet Simon Cowell, Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have your sibling, somebody you grow with, to
Yeah.
attain a certain level of success. So
Yeah.
how did that inspire you as far as on your run musically?
I do know that Justice has worked hard as to get to where he's at. He's been a working actor since he was 12, and I think at 19 is when he got his first movie deal, which was the Paper Towns movie, and then the next year is when he got the Get Down. So I've been with him since he's been working that whole time. So I see that work ethic, and I also see a lot of his confidence. I feel like me and Justice were very very similar, but that's a big thing that was different between us, and that could just be the fact that women are treated differently in our society. So maybe I have a different perspective of myself because of the way I've been told to view myself. But gaining confidence was a problem for me a lot in the beginning. And then I'm like, okay, I don't have time to wait to feel some type of way. I need to work. I need to work. Work until you feel good. Work until you feel like you can be proud of what you've created. Instead of waiting for that to come and to build from there, you build into it. So just honing in to be like, his work ethic is what got him here, and I'm also realizing like that's what's gonna get me there. Also, it's like sacrifices, because I've come to a point where I'm like, I don't even want to work on anything but music anymore. So I was working at Domino's and I quit, and I'm like, what am I doing? I don't want to work at Domino's. I want to make music. I want to spend my time doing music. So I've made that sacrifice to not work anymore and to just pursue music, because people that make it happen make sacrifices for it. It's in every come up story. Yeah, I didn't want to go to school, so I started doing music. My grandma really wanted me to go to school, you know? Was working at McDonald's. You hear it all the time in come up stories. And I was just like, what am I still doing? Like, why am I still spending all this time saying that I want to do this thing and not actually doing it? And when you see Justice and you see that he's actually doing it, he's like 21 years old and he's making it happen, because he doesn't make excuses and he doesn't wait for someone to tell him it's okay to do it. He just does it. He just sacrifices for it, and he's just willing to put that work in. And I feel like that's what it takes, and that's the mindset that I'm in. You know, whatever's necessary for the sound, whatever's necessary for the aesthetic, that's the work that I'm gonna put into it. You know.
Yeah, and that's definitely evident, like just from speaking. Like, it's pretty clear that you're definitely gonna go somewhere and your parents raised you in a way to help you think like that and to have that mindset too. So that's even a bigger thing, because the foundation is extremely important, especially for something like this. Because you tell somebody, even if you're in Texas, like, yo, you want to do entertainment or you want to make videos or rap, they're gonna look at you crazy.
Yeah.
You know, until of course you do it.
Yeah.
And people like it.
Yes.
So, like, to wrap things up, what's your message to all those people, whether the people are, I guess, in between a rock and a hard place trying to figure out if they want to make that move, or just struggling to be themselves in general? What's your message to people out there in the world?
I recently found this quote. I can't remember it word for word, but it pretty much was something like, everyone's weird, you know? You might as well just be yourself. Everyone's gonna think you're weird. People are weird. Everyone's weird. You might as well just embrace what you are and not criticize yourself for being different, or think of it as being innovative, you know? Think of it as painting a whole new way, that you exist for a purpose. Like, you exist for a reason, and you're not supposed to be someone else. You're supposed to be yourself. And when it comes to like working towards something you want, just go for it. And if you're not sure for what it is that you want yet, take it step by step. Like, you want to do this, but you also want to do this, want to do this. Do each of those things, and the worst thing that can happen is you find out that wasn't the way that you wanted to go. You still have time to go and pursue something else. Just work on it, because each step is gonna help you grow. Each step is gonna get you a little closer to what it is you aspire to be.
Definitely. So I guess the final question: you weren't an artist, you weren't making music, or you weren't going out this whole musician, this whole artistry. What would you be doing?
I'm actually still in school to be a psychologist. Psychology is something I'm also passionate about, and I think that when music works out, I still will continue to pursue my degree in psychology. I'm about to graduate with my associate's degree, which is, one step closer. Yeah, I wanna just be able to know people and help people on a personal level, which is something that I aspire to do with my music, but I also want that education to be able to do it in a very real way, even if it is just like in therapy or learning new things about people and learning new ways to help people.
Definitely. So I thought it was the last question. We got one more though.
Yeah.
Because you spoke about the education. I got my bachelor's. I know I had.
What's your bachelor's in?
Bachelor's in communications.
Oh, awesome.
I've been doing the media stuff prior since we were like in middle school, but the degree had to get that too. So a couple months ago, I interviewed this guy. His name is Felly and Jips, and I believe they're from Connecticut, but they met at USC, and they were doing music, semi-successful, able to tour in Houston, Texas, and have a pretty decent crowd. How do you feel? How important do you feel having a backup plan?
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine to do both.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel like I need to, like, there's no possible way I can take a few classes and record music. There's no
Yeah.
way I can intertwine
Yeah.
and be successful. That's a lot of people's mindset. So what are your thoughts on that?
It definitely does get hard sometimes. I'm not gonna lie about that. It definitely, when I have like 3 papers to write, I can't exactly like hit up my producer and be like, let's go record something, you know. But I also don't really consider my degree a backup plan. I just think that I can be capable of doing more than one thing. So why not do it all? I only have one life, so I might as well just try to accomplish everything that I can in this one life. I've heard people say backup is a distraction from like the main goal. I don't know. I just don't see me pursuing other things I'm passionate in as backup. I see it as the completion of who I am, as of me, you know, aspiring to find everything. Yeah, a well-rounded person. Yeah.
I'm Cameo Adele. You can find me on iTunes, you can find me on SoundCloud, you can find me on Spotify. You can find the hard copies for To You from Venus at cameoadele.com. Shout out to 22-11 for hitting me up for this interview. It's been so much fun. Really appreciate it.